Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're gonna learn how to play Yellow Ledbetter as recorded by Pearl Jam on guitar. Now this is a fun song to play, and it uses what I call a Jimi Hendrix sort of style rhythm guitar part, so I broke out my Strat for this lesson, and it's all based around just one main chord progression. I'm gonna show you how to play the intro note for note, and then I'm gonna talk about how you can learn to sort of jam in this style. And then we'll finish up with the final two chord progressions that you hear at the end of the song. Before we jump in though, if you're new here, I've got a gift for you. I put together this awesome fretboard guide that's going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And this is going to tie right in with today's lesson because a lot of this guitar part is really based around just simple chord shapes and then how you can play licks off of those shapes. So you're going to want to grab this guide completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. All right, well with that said, let's break down this song. Let's break down how to play Yellow Ledbetter as recorded by Pearl Jam on guitar. And we're going to start off with the main progression. And I'm going to show you note for note this sort of Hendrix style rhythm part that kicks the tune off. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is based around 3 chords. We're in the key of E, and I first want you to just check out these chord shapes here. These are the 3 shapes that you're playing off when you do these kind of Hendrix style fills and just really cool rhythm parts here. For the E, I'm going to play the open E string, then the 11th fret, on the 5th string, then 9 and 9 on the 4th and 3rd strings. Sometimes you might bar a little bit more, but essentially that's your E chord. And it looks like an E bar chord, you've just put the 3rd in the bass. And Hendrix would do that all the time, like in The Wind Cries Mary, he goes, does some licks like that. You can check out the Wind Cries Mary lesson on my channel if you want to learn that song. But that's gonna be the E chord. Then from there, we're gonna go to a B, which looks like a B bar chord like this, but I'm gonna play the 7th fret of the low E with my thumb, and then play from 4 down like this, 9, 8, 7, 7. It's just a major triad there with the thumb on the bass. And the reason why you wanna use your thumb on the bass is because then you can go and play all these cool notes off of the chord and really ornament it in this style. So that's our B. Then we'll play the same shape for A, just 2 frets lower. And then back to E. So the progression here is 1, 2, 3, 4, then to B, 2, 3, 4, then to A, 2, 3, 4, then to E, 2, 3, 4. And that is the majority of the song right there. Now, if those chords are too hard, you could always just play like E down here, right? B like this, and A in an open position. But if you really want kind of that exact sound, like this kind of Hendrix style licks, I'm thinking about these chords. All right, so now that you've got the progression and the shapes, now let's embellish it a little bit. So here I'm gonna play the low E string, then hammer from 9 and 9 here, it's that Wind Cries Mary move, hammer up to 11, and then play 9 and 9 there on the 4th and 3rd strings. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a, then you do this little double stoppy lick here. I'm playing 9 and 9, this time though, on the 3rd and 2nd strings, and I do a quick hammer pull off to 11 there on the 3rd string, back to 9. Then play 11 on the 4th string. So, you know, these are all very common Hendrix moves. So that's for the E chord. All of that basically represents this shape here. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Then you go to that next chord. Remember, our next chord was B. Now here we're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna play 2 bass notes. Then we're gonna put our pinky on the 9th fret of the 1st string and pull off to 7. Then come back through the chord. Just arpeggiating 2nd string, 3rd string. Then you like do the reverse of it. You play the bass note, strum the chord, and then add the pinky. Again, when you have your fingers free as opposed to like this, you know, here you're sort of tapped out. But playing the thumb chords gives you the freedom to really make this have the sound that's on the recording. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... So... Then we drop it down 2 frets, start with that pinky on, and then do a pull off to 5 like this. And then we do a little sus chord there. This is an A. We do a suspended chord by playing the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Very like Little Wing. You know, the Hendrix tune, Little Wing. So, and then you can go. That's a little hammer pull on the 1st string, 5 to 7 to 5. Then do the same thing on the 2nd string. And you can strum and do those little moves in the chord, like so. Then we do this little double stop slide here. Sounds very Curtis Mayfield, or of course, you know, Jimi Hendrix. All of these sort of same school of guitar players use this lick. So this is 12 to 14, just on the top 2 strings, then back to 12. So you slide into 14 first. Then come back to 12, then play 14 just on the 2nd string, then play 11 on the 3rd string, and slide off. So. So all together. Then it starts again. You go back to the E. Then what I do from here is I just play in this style. So I loop that chord progression around and I mess around with all those ideas. And that's the majority of the song. So that's going to sound like this. You just jam, again, it's a bar of E, a bar of B, a bar of A, back to a bar of E. So it's a 4-bar progression that goes over and over. Now that repeats until about 3 minutes and 25 seconds. We have a little variation. Here we're gonna go like this. we're gonna play E to B to A, but E to B is gonna be in the first bar like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then A for a bar, 2, 3, 4, then repeat 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We do this 4 times. Then after that, we go to this final ending progression, and that goes like this. So this is a 4-bar progression here. We're gonna go to a 5 chord or a power chord. We're gonna play a D sharp. This is the 6th fret of the 5th string, then 8, 8. Play that power chord, then move it up 1 fret. Then we go to B for a bar. And we do the same thing again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we go to A, so it alternates. D sharp to E to B. Then D sharp to E, then to A. Then you finish with intro. Congrats on making it through this lesson. Be sure to take your time with this and rewind the video and go over any parts that are unclear. And what I would recommend doing is starting off just learning note for note that intro part, and then you can take some of those licks, just practice jamming that chord progression around the E, B, A to E, and try and just play different licks, mix it up and vary it a little bit, and that'll help you start to get a hold of this style and see how really it's sort of an improvised thing. You can just play through the changes and then play these cool Hendrix style licks off the chords. And to help you even more, be sure to pick up my ultimate fretboard guide. And this is going to help you understand the chord and scale connection. So when you see a chord like that, E or the B shape, and you wonder, well, what notes can I play off of those chords? Like when I do these licks, how do I know? Can I go 1 fret higher? Can I go 2 frets higher? What's going to sound good? This is going to help you know what notes go with what chords. And you can grab it completely for free. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment down below and let me know your #1 song that you would like to see me teach here next on the channel. Just comment it down below. Thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll see you in another one real soon.